Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here today. Yesterday, we put up a video about WWE possibly selling off the WWE pay-per-views and moving away from having pay-per-views featured on the WWE Network. Maybe somebody like Hulu or Netflix, ESPN would like to carry the WWE pay-per-views, maybe changing them back to actual pay-per-view style format. Definitely the last Conor McGregor fight on ESPN Plus, being able to ring in a million buys definitely changed the game. The pay-per-views are still alive. When WWE changed the pay-per-view game a few years back, right after WrestleMania 30, I think a lot of people thought that they were moving away from actually using cable providers to do that, as more and more people find ways to cut the cord and not having that access to actual pay-per-view fights and pay-per-view wrestling matches and things like that. Now, the story seems to be that WWE is thinking of selling the actual Wrestlemania broadcast to Fox. Definitely, to me, I think the first thing that comes to mind is this kind of is cannibalizing the WWE Network. Definitely the WWE Network would be a great backlog for people to watch old wrestling pay-per-views as well as watch old wrestling television. There's definitely going to be a market. I think that if you take the pay-per-views out of this, definitely WWE would be risking at least more than half of their WWE Network subscribers. I think a lot of people are like me, that they keep the WWE Network subscription. Even if they don't watch the WWE Network pay-per-views on a month-to-month basis, they always sort of like, well, I didn't watch it this month, but you know what? I'll make sure I go out of my way to watch it next month. And they continually give WWE that $10 each and every month. And that was kind of the plan that they went with when they ended up going with this. Also, on the same hand, I also see the risk in this. Definitely Fox. We can see with them bringing WWE SmackDown onto prime time, even if it is on a Friday. There was risks in that, but definitely you could see WWE being highly featured on Fox on NFL, the pre-games, during the games, Super Bowl week, as well as during the Super Bowl. Fox went out of their way to give a spotlight onto WWE. If anybody out there didn't know that WWE SmackDown was on Fox on Fridays, there's no way in the world after that football season that they're not going to know that that's where it's going to be. What I think about is I do know that NBC, during their deal that they had with WWE to have a yearly primetime special, I believe it was normally on a Saturday, where they would run a Saturday night's main event, and even those died out. In my mind, if people aren't going to watch Saturday night's main event, they aren't going to watch a pay-per-view like special on Fox or any kind of television. NBC, to me, is the number one network there is in America. I don't know if that really is true. I mean, it's been a long time since Seinfeld and Friends really ruled NBC and was kind of must-see television in my house. The Office ended a while ago, and truth be told, I think The Office got horrible before it was even over. They probably didn't need the last 2 seasons, honestly, in my book. But, basically when they ran the WrestleMania special, yes, to a wrestling fan who had already seen WrestleMania, they showed it like 6 months too late. But it still was wrestling on prime time, and I think that most of those primetime wrestling specials were some of the most rated specials that were on network television in prime time ever in the history of television. These were bad. No one really wanted to watch the specials when it came down to it, and I thought that was kind of like going to be the death of SmackDown on Fox. They keep sort of hanging around that same number. To me, honestly, you put WrestleMania on Fox. Yes, there will be the eyes. Yes, there will be people saying that they don't have to pay for it. These days, almost everybody has to find a way to watch television one way or another. Yes, there will be ways to stream the show for free. It will be weird to watch it with definite commercials, which will definitely... If you watch Raw, if you watch SmackDown, you watch wrestling today on television, you basically know the way the match is going to go. Some matches are going to get commercials during the match. Some matches are only going to length of that segment. And I would just hate to see them kill WrestleMania, with these primetime, well, I guess it wouldn't be a primetime special. It'd be on Sunday. But I think you put this on network television and you let them have these commercial breaks that interrupt the show. Already as it is, I mean, most specials that they run on football, that maybe they'll cut this down to a 3-hour show. Maybe it'll be 3 hours, 30 minutes with the commercials, maybe a 4-hour show. Definitely going to have that 1-hour pre-show. Maybe, time-wise, it's shorter, so maybe it's better. But I think there's more of a chance. When you know the next match coming up is a match that you don't really care about. They show a commercial, you flip the channel, you start watching Impractical Jokers over on truTV, and you don't turn back. I think with me, a lot of the things when it comes to wrestling, change is always bad. I didn't really like it when they put 40 guys in the Royal Rumble 10 years later. I kind of wish they had 40 guys in the Rumble each and every year. But that year that they did it, I hated it. I thought the network was going to definitely be a lot of change. But with them putting stuff on there for free, I thought it was going to make it better. In the long run, I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm not that thrilled with watching wrestling anymore. Because 3-hour pay-per-views, it became 4-hour pay-per-views, and I think that has to deal with the fact that they don't have to deal with the pay-per-view companies actually airing the show, telling them when it's going to start, when it's going to end. They just put it on the network. They want to start early, they start early. If they want to end late, they end late. They just go as long as they want to, and these shows seem like they last forever. WWE definitely seems like they are in a little bit of a change. Maybe they're going to sell to Disney. Maybe they sell to NBC. Maybe they just start, putting their stuff out there. Whoever wants to pay for it, they just rake in as much money as they can. In the long run, wrestling's changing, and I don't think it's for the best. I'm not a fan of them moving the WrestleMania to Fox, but definitely it's going to bring more eyes on wrestling.